A name that we talked about yesterday, Nyheim Hines.
Yeah.
Colts running back, guy who's been there since 2018, had gotten a contract extension. They always wanted to use him more than they did, but they never quite have. He ultimately goes to the Bills. That was one of the teams we talked about, and I expressed confusion because you've got Devin Singletary, Zack Moss, and James Cook. Why do you need Nyheim Hines? Well, if one of those three running backs is going back to the Colts as part of this transaction, then it makes sense. Hines takes the place of Zack Moss. That's basically the deal, along with a conditional 6th-round pick that goes to the Colts for Nyheim Hines. So it's just a couple of different styles.
That's right.
That get swapped out here, and the Bills have a guy who's a little more dynamic, a guy who can do a little more in space, a guy who can get you help maybe in the return game if you need it. And the Colts get more of a true backup to Jonathan Taylor. That's
right.
my assessment.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and you're going right down the right road there, right? And how you explained what the Bills want, a guy in space, right? That's how they play football, anyways. He makes sense. I think they probably looked at it and were like, wait, we're not really a Zack Moss sledgehammer run type of football team, anyways. So this is protecting who they are, at least in my assessment, Mike. I think you're kind of saying it the right way. He's just like Devin Singletary. So, yeah, he's that skill set. I know we both like Cook as far as James Cook and what he can do, but I also think he's not totally in the trust tree up there either as far as, like, he's young. Because things I've heard late in training camp, can you trust them in pass protection and to know all those type of things? I think those are, because you read their coverage the right way on a big 3rd and 4 and do the right thing as far as having an option route out of the backfield. I would bet you that's the issue with James Cook, and as far as why they're just looking for a guy, hey, it's getting down the end here. We're a Super Bowl team. Let's not throw the season out the door on a rookie running back who's still learning his way and figuring out rules of the offense here. So I think it gives him a little flexibility in case Singletary gets hurt, and just another guy to add to the room anyways that fits the mold of how they want to play football up there in Buffalo.
Hey, what happened his first touch of the regular season?
Right, out of the trust
fumbled.
tree. Right, exactly. Yeah.
And the formula for running backs, because this dawned on me, God, almost 20 years ago when I used to go to all of the West Virginia University games every week, every year. There was another guy that was a 1,000-yard rusher, and it's like, you know what? Most of these teams at the college level have that guy.
Yeah.
And most of those guys can make it at the next level if you block for them, if you can trust them to hold on to the football, and if you can trust them in pass protection.
Yeah.
Those are the three ingredients, and James Cook has to prove he's worthy of being trusted with the football and being trusted in pass protection. And there's too much riding on this season for the Bills to roll the dice on a guy who's still wet behind the ears, or as I think you once said, wet behind the ears.
I think
you said
I think
that
I
at one
did too.
point.
I did. Yes,
That's an old school. That's an old school Simms. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.